Hello, good afternoon, viewers. This is Satellite Media. Mr. Chinedu Michael. Let's all look at the happenings in River State in what look like trying to throw the state into confusion. Supreme Court have ruled that the Martin Maules-led House members are the authentic House members. And ever since they legitimize their membership and their position, we have seen 48 hours ultimatum flying here and there. Nominate fresh commissioners within 48 hours. Reconduct this. Everything is 48 hours. Are we seeing a 48 hours House of Assembly?
We are seeing 48 lawmakers of the River State House of Assembly, codenamed 48 lawmakers. Well, anywhere you hear about them, they are the one we are talking about. The lawmakers.
48 hours lawmakers.
48 hours lawmakers. That's not to make everything about them is 48 hours.
And what look like abrogated at the time of IBB?
Yes.
This one abrogated,
yes.
that abrogated.
Yes, everything.
Now it's 48 hours.
Everything 48 hours. After you have cancelled everything, you want it back in 48 hours.
Now let me ask this question. Somebody saying this to set stage to start impeachment process of Fubara.
It looks like a beautiful plan under the point, of subject of, get this, because it wouldn't allow the governor to, have enough time to organize himself very well. And more especially, they do not have that political powers to constrain or to force the governor to deliver the budget, deliver whatever it is. Commissioners surrender everything within 48 hours. They don't have that power. That is arrogance. That is, oppression. That is rascality. That is recklessness in the highest order. It shows that those lawmakers, I don't know really how they managed to get to that level where they are. They have been called lawmakers. Unfortunately, they have become a threat to themselves. They can never be a threat to the Rivers people. They are currently now they are threat to themselves, because it is going to who is going to be the person who is going to grab the bone. Whoever grabs the bone, so be it. Either by hook or crook. Whatever you can use to grab the bone now, grab it. So whatever Wike and Dokubo feel that they are going to deploy in River State for them to grab the bone, they should be fast about it, because the last ultimatum has already expired, which is 48 hours. We didn't see any action. We didn't see the governor arrested.
To represent the
that's what I'm saying now. We didn't see the governor arrested. We didn't see anything. We don't see them marching on the street. We don't see them kidnapping the commissioner of police or calling the attention of the GOC or even shutting down. We don't see them take any action. The next 48 hours is about to elapse. We have not seen any of them.
We are likely going to
so they're going to order another 48 hours. At the end of the day, the chief judge has disappeared from the environment there. The chief judge is nowhere to be found. In fact, the chief judge made an announcement that it is only the governor that have right to bring him back, that he can stay there for 15 years. It doesn't concern anybody. So that is a deep crisis they have. Tinubu and Wike have thrown themselves. They are holding Fubara. Fubara is also holding them. So what is going to happen at the end of the day is that if there is struggle to that extreme, then everywhere will go in flames.
Okay, now let me take you to the angle of Asari Dukobo, who have said the other time when there were threats that Fubara could be impeached and that he can impeach Fubara not to happen. He did said, I'm talking about Asari Dukobo, that if they think if they impeach Fubara, that nothing will happen. He said, I tell you that something will happen. Are you sure something will happen?
They will not even have the space to sit. Talk less of, because the seat they left is still vacant. They don't even have anywhere to sit. Even if they are going to sit, they do not have any legal power against the sitting governor. We saw Wike did the same thing. We saw Ameti run the State House of Assembly with 4 people. We saw it in Edo State. Why is it that Fubara own is, becoming something of interest? It's because on the way and manner they are pushing against it, meaning that Tinubu is interested in whatever he's going to do to make sure that he have, because in Kano now, it's not under APC, it's not under PDP. In Lagos now, it's already divided. The island people are saying no to Obasa. Some people have said no to Obasa. It is only Tinubu camp that is saying yes to Obasa. The entire lawmakers in that house, including former Nollywood actor, shed tears when Merenda surrendered to GAG, advisory, governance advisory, committee. They surrendered. But people are saying, if you can do such thing in Lagos, why didn't you do such thing in River State? Why are you bringing all the whole federal might on Fubara? Then, that was why the Rivers people of Igbo extraction, the Igbos in River State, yesterday, in River State alone, Igbos control 70% of that population.
I'm aware because you know Okobo.
Yes. Control. So yesterday they issued a press conference calling Tinubu and Wike to order, and they made it very clearly that any attempt, whether it is in the air, they don't even need to come closer to the National Assembly environment. If they more eat anywhere that they want to impeach Fubara, that place where they did it, that they will see the other side of the Igbo people of Rivers. That's what they say. They say Igbo people of Rivers. That's what
perhaps I should ask this question. What do you think would have necessitated the Igbos in Rivers rally around the Fubara?
Because all Igbos all over the world believes in justice. Igbo no, they don't. They get straightforward because they are light. They know what light is. If you are light, you know what light. When you see light, you know what it is. Agreed. Wike and Fubara has worked together, or it happens to be the Captain General of the Federation. But from what we are seeing, we do not see anywhere Fubara went wrong or offended Wike to the extent that they went to remove the first Ijaw governor in that state. Just because of Wike brought the whole commissioners. You are the one that brought the lawmakers, then allow the governor, to get along with his government. You are demanding that a certain fair share of the state allocation or revenue should be awarded to you, and the man said no.
Okay, now let me bring this angle, Mr. Chinedu Michael, because we thought we have...
You are seeing it now. They are moving closer. You can see that synergy already. The people are beginning to realize now that the Northerners, of course, and the Yorubas, who has kept division in the entire Biafran space as a result of creating South-South, are beginning to see that, the Northerners are already warning Tinubu. Let this not trigger the Biafran cause, because they are seeing the realignment that is going on in River State. Now remember, the Ohanese president, the current Ohanese president, John Asotambata, is from at the same state. The
and Mbata is as well an ally of Fubara.
Of course, now he was the one that nominated. You don't know what is happening.
So the Igbos are so much interested. Igbos in Rivers.
You understand? That's what I said. The Ijaw youth now and Igbo, they came out and said they are Rivers, Igbo Rivers or whatever they call themselves. But I can see the synergy yesterday. It was something. It was overwhelming. The crowd was something else. I think.
And coincidentally, both Wike and Mbata are of equal extraction.
Yes, but they are if Mbata can be claiming Igbo, Wike is claiming, though Wike has made it years back that when he was giraffing the presidency, he said I'm Igbo. So that
but Wike is child of strength. Why could he be saying he's not an Igbo person?
No, before he started saying it that he's not an Igbo person. Before, we were saying a number of things how related Igbo and all that.
Let me bring this angle because Ijaw Youth Council have made it very clear, saying if you deprive River State of fund, Nigeria will be deprived of fund. I know the angle they are going. Perhaps attacking critical oil infrastructure in the region. We have seen this in the past, in the time of Yaradua, when Baramatu was bombarded and different places bombarded. Do you think the
the joy is not much in River State?
But do you think the
judge are in Bayelsa State? The connection is still there because Bomadu, Patani, and all the rest of them, they are all.
But the question I'm asking, do you think the judge had the capacity to threaten oil infrastructure in
it's not only the judge. When they talk about the Ijaw nation, it's just that the judge, when they are just looking at the people of Ijaw. When you talk about the Ijaw, you are talking about the entire South is volunteer forces.
So there's synergy this time around.
That's what I'm telling you. So you understand? So nobody's going to see it as an Ijaw thing, the way they are seeing the fight of Nnamdi Kanu as an Igbo thing. Nobody's seeing that. We understand what is happening in Rivers State. We understand what happened in Rivers State. We understand the need where there is South. We understand what is going to happen. We understand that Fubara has refused, but the Rivers State people has refused for them not to plant another Fulani governor in that state, like they did in Imo State, did in Ebonyi State, did the same thing in, of course, Enugu State, and they are doing the same thing in Anambra State. So the Northerners and the Yoruba Arabs are busy planting Boko Haram governors in all those areas so that it will be easy for them to penetrate and conquer. And Fubara is the only governor from the south they want to use to test run. They already made plan in that regard. So it's a serious thing, you know, and the man has understand that, you know, this is not about Fubara, this is not about Rivers State, this is about the soul of Rivers State.
Okay, now let me bring this angle, Mr. Chinedu Michael, because we thought we have evolved beyond the politics of Godfatherism, because we know we used to have the strong man of Ibadan politics, talking about Adedebo also. We used to have the Saraki of Kwara State. No, currently we still have the Tinubu of Lagos. What we are seeing in Rivers State, it looks as if Wike want to bring us back to that era.
Oh no, you want to replicate the Baba Sope syndrome, political experiment. You know, most of them have even tried it, you know, to see how it's going to work for them the way Tinubu sat on Lagos for many years. And so that's what they are practicing. But Wike is throwing so much crisis into achieving it, you know, and if you look at how Bola Ahmed was able to do it, you know, Bola Ahmed does not discriminate. He makes sure that almost everybody is carried along in the Lagos factor, you know, trying to see how he built that empire in Lagos State, the political that dynasty where his word becomes law and order. No, to an extent, he can't, but this one is doing everything by force. No, people don't want to be controlled like that. You know, nobody's on autopilot. That is the truth.
That is pure subjugation.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So that is what it means. Nobody wants to be run that way. And the way you're doing, you can see almost all the ex-governors of that state, including Amechi, is supporting Fubara. So who is actually supporting Wike? So the power to rise against Godfatherism, as they are pushing it, the Fulanis and the Yorubas are pushing it to the people of South, will be restricted. And there's a massive resistance going on in that regard.
Okay, let me ask this question. Does it mean a Fubara saw this coming? Because we understand that as we speak, Asari Dukobo is already a recognized traditional ruler in Rivers State. And this happened in the build-up to this development. Does it mean an Asari Dukobo is positioned to fight?
Asari Dokubo, you know, is already a king. He's no longer a field operator. He can't go to the field operations now as a result of the present and it was strategic.
But you know what, Aziz? This is the same man recently who threatened to bring down military helicopter.
Oh, God, let me tell you, I want to move away from this attachment to Asari Dokubo. You know, I want to completely move away from it. But let me tell you in honest truth. Currently now, we are not going. It's not about Asari Dokubo. What it means is that among their class and ex-militants, you know, who still have maintains a certain structure in that place, it can be a kind of a rallying point, you know, for or a link for Fubara to defend his mandate, either hook or crook. But let me tell you, in honest truth, currently now, Asari Dokubo cannot do anything. He's a king. He's wearing big abada now. He's not active again. You understand? So what I've told you the role is going to play. The real people who are going to play the game, you understand, already know themselves and they're organized. A lot of them have started moving to the Greeks with their speedboat. A lot of them have started activating, you know, strategies in that regard. And it's going to happen. Everything they're going to see there is going to happen simultaneously. Because the Pandef is already on the side of, you know, Fubara. Every group, the Igbo nation, generally, is supporting Fubara.
But Mr. Chinedu Michael, remember that under Muhammadu Buhari, as a result of frustration, Buhari was forced to say that the high tech with which militants destroy oil Christian infrastructure at the high sea is something Yes. Are we likely going to see a repeat of
we're going to, they are going to start from the mainland. I'm telling you. Let them push Fubara to the wall. They are pushing him already to the wall. Let them put him to the point that the man will command. Well, that's what everybody will command. Where is Wike himself will run. And I tell you, even what the Northerners are afraid now is that, you know, Tinubu, be careful. They are going to play into the hands of Biafrans. That's what the Northerners are saying now. And that is the fear.
That's why I ask, why is which strategy has Fubara used that almost everybody is on his side?
No, because
the Igbos, the Niger Delta, everybody.
Let me tell you, to be honest with you, you know, Fubara has played a fair game. He has pleased both the president, pleased Wike, and people have seen clearly that he is somebody that wanted peace in Rivers State. People have seen clearly that this man is master intelligent, super intelligent, a strategist too, having served under Wike for 8 years as the accountant general of the state. So he understands some certain things. So Fubara is a magnet when it comes to playing into the public consciousness. You know where to move and when not to move. You understand? So that is what it is. So people have come to accept him because one, he does not show any form of disrespect. When the war started, they ran to the people that gave him the mandate. And he explained himself. He complained. And they said, is this what happened? The whole ex-governors of that state tried to intervene. They went to Abuja. He maintained his own side of the agreement by withdrawing some cases from the court. But we can never withdraw anything. So at this point, you know, he has gotten that understanding. And if you can see, he's not afraid to call himself an Igbo man. He's not afraid. He made it very clearly that the community where he came from, which is Opopo, was founded by an Igbo man.
Let me ask this last question, Mr. Chinedu Michael. Because it stands, whether I would like it or not, it was Wike that brought him into the political limelight. And people are asking question, could it be that a Wike was not designing enough to know that this man would disobey him?
Fubara never disobeyed him. Fubara never disobeyed him. What happened is that they were claiming that the Riverine side have not been able to produce governor. And most of the people that produce governor are Igbo side, the Igbo people. Ikwere, whatever. They have been producing governor. Allow, you know, and they said after they have been supporting all this Amechi, all the them and all the rest of them. Let us even, and based on that note, that was how the Fubara factor came in. So don't tell me that Mbata Mbata that made Wike. Have you seen Mbata come out one day and said and be complaining with a Wike? But he made him chairman of Obiokpo local government. Is that people supported Wike? So why is it that he came to this man now? You want everybody to know that you know you are the Jagaban of Rivers State. We don't do Jagaban for the south, the east and south. You want to do your Jagaban, you know where Jagaban they happen. You go that side.
So maybe he should relocate to the southwest.
Yeah, yes, where Jagaban
where Baba reigns supreme.
Yes, reigns supreme without anything. You can see how they have rendered a Governor Sowolu, you know,
incapacitated.
I'm telling you, the man have nothing to say. In fact, if you see Governor Sowolu now, you pity him. Because if he's working now, he doesn't know whether governor is working. They have disarmed him completely. He doesn't know what is happening in the state again. He's just praying and waiting that, I beg, make this 10 o'clock, make I go rest. That is just it. So the whole thing as it stands now is Tinubu should play careful. And what Wike did in Obibo, killing Igbos there, the matter is still there.
Is that the reason the Igbos are going with Fubara?
No. I'm telling you, the main reason is just that this is pure injustice. As simple as that.
And the Igbos are for justice, equity,
from the beginning. That's the problem we have with the British government. The woman believes in justice,
equity,
fair play. That is just it. Up to today. Okay, those who are claiming they are masters of Nigeria, Yorubas and Hausas who have been ruling this country now, Common one sector of the economy they are not able to fix. But just let them fix one sector.
Because they have the government.
Yoruba and Hausa, let them fix. Maybe they say that them be conquer Biafra. Let them fix one sector.
They should conquer the
but
sectors.
what are we seeing? The individual might of the Republican nature of the Igbos. Not only in Nigeria, go to African countries. And people are saying, if these people can be able to pick nylon and turn it to gold, let you try it now. Pick nylon and turn it to gold. Pick them and turn it to gold. Do you know how many years it will take for you to experiment how a nylon can be turned to a gold? That is what we are saying. Biafra, we are no longer interested in anything called Nigeria. That's the truth. What we are seeking is the solidarity of the international community, the world power. So we saw what Putin is trying to do this time around. He has invited Biafra government in exile, and they are holding a meeting over Biafra joining bridge. And they, of course, security, and military support for Biafra against Nigeria. It made it very clear.
But what do you think would have endeared Biafra into the heart of Putin?
A lot of things, Mazen Namdekano has worked out a lot of things for Biafra, has placed Biafra agitation on the global level, has restored, that consciousness globally. People are beginning to study what actually happened. And of course, the publication made by IBB also went viral. It has gotten to so many archives around the world. And people are asking, is that actually what transpired? This is a clear injustice on the people, on these people. And before that, our Igbos have been making waves all over the world. Igbos were outstanding during the COVID-19. And that is when Putin noticed them. Putin, for the first time, noticed the Igbo ingenuity during COVID-19.
Okay, you mean the resilience in Igbos?
Yes.
Is the one that
yes,
into the heart of
yes. You understand? They not only that, Igbos are global players. That's another factor. Wherever you go, you see them. Anything that's involved, you see sports, you see music, whatever it is, you see the Igbos, involved in international politics. There are conferences. They are there.
Okay, no wonder, because the other time, Russian foreign affairs minister was very clear when he was admonishing UN and countries of the world that they should respect self-determination. At the time, people had judged that this is purely support for Biafra.
No, that is not clearly. That's the fact. But look at what the J.D. Vance, the vice president to Trump, was saying a few days ago about Biafran Christians in Nigeria. He mentioned it clearly. Go and listen to that video. Listen clearly. It is not a joke. Biafrans are not joking. Biafrans are serious about Biafra. Igbos are serious about Biafra.
But emphatically, what did Vance Trump said about
Vance was making reference to the decision that is about to coming from his understanding of what Trump policy on foreign policy are going to look like, especially in Africa, and the killings of Christians, in Nigeria. That Trump will not stand by and watch Christians being killed.
But when we talk about Christians in Nigeria, we have Igbos, Biafrans who are Christians, we have people in the middle belt, even in the north, because across a different strata of the society, it's not limited to Biafrans.
The Biafra is the main population of Christendom in Nigeria.
I think that is a statement of fact.
Yes, you cannot, when you talk about Christianity in Nigeria, you're talking about Biafrans. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the Biafrans represent that Christendom So anything that happens to Christianity is indirectly happening to Christians or Biafrans. Anything that happened in Jerusalem is being seen to be happening to Christians. Do you understand it?
Yes, I understand. But everything seems to be falling in pleasant places for Biafra.
No,
because at the instance of a resumption of office of Donald Trump, we have seen clearly how the foreign affairs minister of I'm talking about the Air Force commander of Africa and Europe from America, made it very clear that they will be targeting terrorists in Africa. Remember that Fulani military is a big problem for Biafra sovereignty. And of course, these have got Biafran celebrating.
No, of course, the US bombs have started landing in Africa too. and
in Somalia,
I started landing. And what is going to happen to Africa, especially Nigeria, is going to be well, carefully put in a strategic form because of the allied forces that are within that as is contesting the same thing. Because Russia now is interested in Biafra, not Nigeria. The American is interested in, even though another Macron is trying to spoil, some of the things he was delegated to do by Tinubu. And of course, he failed to achieve that. It was a very big disappointment on the side of Tinubu. You can see the Sahel nation, the Burkina Faso and all that, breaking away, So it's a clear thing. And from that point of view, what the world is seeing, what the United Nations, France, Israel, Russia, who are already Biafran allies, are seeing is that the possibility of this nation. All these Christians you are seeing, both blacks all over in Africa, are going to start coming back. If you're a Christian in any part of the world, within Nigeria, that you want to join Biafra, you are free to join. As long as you are not a threat, there will be land allocations for you. And they are looking at it whereby, we have a major access to our Mediterranean Sea and other things that are going to be involved. There's negotiation with China, Japan, and others of them as a result of our maritime strength, in that regard. So, they are also looking at the issue of Amazonia, So Biafra can be more bigger than what we are thinking by the time they're able to harness all these things together as to make it a formidable force, an ally of Israel, an ally of America, an ally of Russia, representing the African continent as a superpower.
Okay, now let us look at, that Trump already sanctioned ICC because of Benjamin Netanyahu, talking about the Prime Minister of Israel. And people are saying that this is a blessing in disguise for Biafra, considering the closeness and ally that Israel is to Biafra.
Yes, I'm not trying to hype Benjamin Netanyahu, but I must praise him. He's an outstanding IDF, a strong man, a Mossad, a hardcore, somebody who believes in whatever, You see, the Israelis, or the Israeli government, or the Israeli people, or the Jewish people should be proud to have someone like Benjamin Netanyahu
as their
prime minister at this trying time. God always
call it trying time.
Yes, for Israel. Considering
because of the invasion of Hamas,
October 7, where over 3,000 Israelis were murdered in one day. More than how many communities were invaded simultaneously in one day. And they're looking at it that they're just Egypt, Africa, and you can see Israel is occupying a strategic position at the Suez Canal. And the Suez Canal is only the maritime door that Biafra is going to use to achieve their maritime strength at the end of the day. So we need Israel. And Israel knows that, we are Jews like them.
Could that be the reason the other time they attempted to kill the man, Nnamdi Kanu, through Operation Python? The next thing he made appearance is Israel.
Yes, now, because he aligned with the world Judaist leaders, he's a Judaist, and that's where he met Vladimir Putin, as a Judaist.
You mean Nnamdi Kanu have met with Putin?
Yes, now you know what they call Judaism. Putin is a Judaist. All the GOP members are what's it called? Donald Trump, the former German president, most of them as at that time, some world leaders as at that time, that we are members, they are still members up to this point in time. Joseph Smith, some of them, a lot of them there, they were all members of the Judaist, fraternity, and it's not a crime. Because they represent Judaism as one of the oldest religions in the world. So that's why they confide that for you to be a member of that place is not an easy thing. So they know Nnamdi Kanu and they understand Nnamdi Kanu. And secondly, the Israeli Likud party recognizes Biafra. You see the game now under Benjamin Netanyahu. So, and the fact that, Biafra should be given asylum, Biafra should be given attention. Biafra should be welcome in Israel at any point in time, having aligned themselves with the ideology of Israel. That's why you see in every IPOB rally, you see American flag, you see Israeli flag.
Before I let you go, because there's a trending video where some Israelis were seen talking about the tie between the Jew and Biafra. They said the same way Israeli government helped Biafra during the war, that they have not abandoned Biafra, and they will continue to do whatever they can to advance the cause of Biafra.
When they finish marketing most of their policies, American policies, to the world, including the liberation of Biafra, I don't be surprised that one day Donald Trump will wake up one day and just announce Biafra as a sovereign nation with all the territorial powers restored. I'm telling you the gospel truth, because Israel is already there backing, supporting. They have been there. I can tell you to have a very close one, somebody I'm monitoring online always, who is a former aide to Benjamin Netanyahu. And every now and then, he keep on talking about Biafra. At the global level, anytime he have opportunity to have a conference on the issue of Middle East and all that, Biafra is always been mentioned. So currently now, Biafra is enjoying global attention as a result of, the resilient spirit of IPOB members all over the world who are trying to get the attention of the world leaders and nations, committee of nations, to buy into Biafran solidarity. And that is why you are seeing...
Because the IPOB that have marketed Biafra to the world at the global level.
Oh?
No, you mean IPOB is the one that markets Biafra at the global level?
Biafra, but he has not gotten to the consciousness of the global world.
Because you could clearly hear Israeli in that video, two of them proclaiming that,
and not just ordinary them, these are members of the Likud party, not just ordinary outsiders. Just like what is happening in Finland, where the members of that political party talk about Biafra. So it is like that. In America, you see the lobbyists, you see the speaker of the House of America, the speaker of the American speaker, discussing the issue, acknowledging Biafran charter. It is not a play. It is not this thing. These are the things we need, and these are things that has continued to advocate. What they are doing now, every day you see them mention what they want to do, how to restore, how to rescue Christianity in Nigeria, how to do this thing. All these things you are seeing is targeting the day and way and manner Biafran cause is going to take place as a sovereign nation. But anybody that is telling you Nigeria will not divide, when the American government remembers Nigeria, nobody will tell them not to do the needful.
Conclusively, do you think Susan Vile, of course, who the current chief of staff to Donald Trump, who was a lobbyist to Nnamdi Kanu, is playing any significant role in all these feats being recorded by Biafra?
The way you are saying, there's no how that woman will not play a significant role, Susan Wiles. There's no how she will not play a significant role. Most of this thing you are seeing, the issue of passport going through forensic analysis in Washington. And of course, a space has been dedicated for Biafra to establish their high commission, their embassy in Washington. These things are, you can't tell me that America is such a sensitive seat of power who don't know how, who, and what is going on. And you can say that they can do that without American government support. That's not possible. That tells you also that IPOB is not a terrorist organization, because America will not allow a terrorist to have a space or a commission or an embassy near the White House. It can never happen.
Actually, we all saw the declaration of Biafra in Latin Finland under the watchful eye of international media. So I think clearly it has been established that whether UN, European Union, America, Britain, call it Canada, Russia, France, they see IPOB differently from the way Nigeria sees it.
Yes, they do. These are the one that is being tailored by the Fulani people, including the Fulani governors in the east, the Arab Yorubas, and those who align with
you call them Arab Yorubas?
Yes, those who align with the Iranian, Shiite, and Sunni Islamic agenda in the north, including Buhari and the rest of them, Malami them, Rufai them. They are all militants, Fulani militants, politicians who are conniving with these people you know, to bring Fulanization and conquest, political conquest already. It's already, you can see the weight of Sharia implementation on the side of the Southwest, and they're trying to throw it to the eastern part of the country. And that's where the red line is, and that's where the rejection is. So what is holding Nnamdi Kanu is some of these things we are seeing that. How come Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in a country belonging to a former president, a hometown of America, talking about Barack Obama? Are you not reading into it? And when
talking about Kenya,
yes, when we are saying it that time, when we are pointing it that time, a lot of people will not believe that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya has whatever
abduction.
It is, yes, has the hand of Obama in it, has the hand of Biden in it,
so you
have the hand of Tinubu in it, have the hand of Buhari in it.
You may not have evidence to substantiate,
including Shetima. I should show you picture evidence. Not I'm telling you fact. I don't need anybody to tell me that you can. If you want to do such thing, you do not invite Interpol, who have the headquarters in France. There was no due process. It just compromised the whole care security because you are Obama.
But I think the Peacock in Nigeria have done well by recognizing that it was an extraordinary.
But what the essence of it? Are you looking at that illegality? Why have they not been released? Why has it not been released? Since they found themselves in illegality.
Because it was based on.
So what is to make sure they bring you in so that they're able to plant Arab governors in the southeast, like you
call him one
Peter Mba and the rest of them who are there inviting, bringing Fulanis and paying homage to the Sultan of Sokoto.
I will let you go, but let me make this point, because we have seen UN working group on arbitrary detention asking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and the decision was based on the decision of Court of Appeal in Nigeria that decided that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria, as such it should be released. Don't you think the Court of Appeal did well?
It's not a matter of a Court of Appeal. They can equally tell the Court of Appeal what to do at the end of the day. That is not what matters now, because it has become very clearly, you know, that the Nigerian judiciary is being enveloped by forces of interest, not forces of the law, who want the law to play out at the end of the day. So judiciary now is just nothing to write home about. What we are looking at, and we will know that the present day, you know, UN is pro-Islam.